I told him I was tired, and then as soon as he drove away and I went inside of my house, I changed my clothes and I sent him a message on Facebook and I told him how disrespectful that was, how much that pissed me off, and I never saw him again because you do not treat a lady like that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Wrap and Chat, where we wrap a gift every single Thursday leading up until Christmas and chat about all sorts of lifestyle topics. This video in particular is actually really exciting for me because we're doing this one a bit different. If you guys happen to check out my other Wrap and Chats that I did, which if you didn't, I will link them down below. I created a playlist for them since we now have 3 of these videos because this month is just flying by like crazy. But this Wrap and Chat is really cool because we're wrapping a gift that I bought with a Hot Topic gift card that they sent over to me. I've been a fan of them for a very long time, and this video is not sponsored, by the way, at all. Like, this is just, I'm just doing this because I just so happen to be doing a Wrap and Chat at the same time that they sent me over wrapping paper and a gift card to get gifts with, which is insane to me. It just kind of happened to work out that way. You guys see this? It is so cool. It has little skulls and gingerbread men on it and like snowmen, and I am obsessed with it. So we're gonna be wrapping Mark's gift using this today. It doesn't necessarily go with our theme, but it's totally fine because he's opening this today. He's literally gonna open this present today, and he's lucky because he gets an early Christmas present this year. Now the only thing is you guys aren't gonna see Mark open it in this video because that's gonna be in my Vlogmas and also over on my Instagram. So I thought, in the spirit of what we talked about in our last Wrap and Chat, which was relationships, and I talked about, you know, getting cheated on when I was engaged to someone I was with for 5 years and the struggles with that and going through all of that and how it like shaped my way of thinking. I thought we would kind of stay in the realm today of talking about relationships, and we would talk about my worst dates that I've ever gone on. Now, one of the reasons why I really wanted to do this video in particular is because I mean absolutely love when you guys leave me comments with your own personal stories, and I'm honestly genuinely really excited to hear you guys tell me about your worst dates or just memorable things and experiences that you had with people that you were dating or that you were seeing. If any of this makes you remember something that you went through with someone or just a bad cringy date, I do greatly want to apologize for bringing up what I'm assuming is a really bad memory for you. Like, because I know when people bring up their worst dates, I'm like, bitch, I got some of my own. So we're gonna basically talk about that today while I wrap this gift. If you guys watched my KYLA's Chronicles series, you may have heard some of these stories that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys in this video because I definitely did share some of them over there. I have had some of the worst experiences going on dates known to mankind, which is crazy because I was going on dates long before, oh my God, this paper is actually cut perfectly. I've never used Tinder or, you know, Plenty of Fish or dating apps or anything like that. Like, but a lot of the dates that I've gone on, or dates, I'm saying dates lightly because some of these, I don't even know if they were really dates or what exactly they were, but it's just the easiest way to describe them. It was going somewhere with a guy where something ridiculous happened or bad happened, or it was just a bad experience overall. But I feel like most of the time when people have like really awful dating experience stories, they find them on places like Tinder and stuff like that, but I didn't find these people this way. Now, if you guys watch my KYLA's Chronicles, you will probably remember this story because I did share this one in it. But if you did not see those videos before they got removed, then you're welcome. You're getting the story that you missed. So my first date that I ever went on just so happens to be the worst date that I ever went on. This was with the same guy that I was telling you guys about that I started dating when I was 14 in my last Wrap and Chat, which if you guys didn't see it, definitely go check it out. So this was with that guy. He was just not a good person. He was a piece of crap on so many levels, and also just so happens to be my worst date. So he is an actual winner. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's like the type of person that like everyone is seeking out actively. We're all looking for somebody like this guy. So this is my first date, and I remember we went to the movies. Well, he took me to the movies. And not only did he take me to the movies, but he took me to the movies in this really, really shitty town in Oklahoma. Like, I don't even remember the name of it. Honestly, I think it was Tahlequah. I'm sorry if any of you guys are from Tahlequah. I just don't personally like it there. Like, if you're gonna take me to the movies, take me to Rogers or Fayetteville, where they have like those like seats that recline back. And I'm not trying to be a brat about it. I appreciate being taken anywhere. But just because this whole situation and how this turned out, I'm just trying to tear him up wherever I can. Do you guys see what I'm saying? So we hadn't worked out what movie we were gonna see until we got there. And when we pulled up, he asked me what I wanted to see, and I told him that I really wanted to see The Grudge. Now, I don't know if he happened to have a grudge against horror movies or whatnot. I really don't know what his deal was, but he never said to me in that moment, like, I don't wanna see that. He just walked up to where you pay for the ticket and bought tickets to, I believe it was called Ladder 49, if I'm not mistaken. It was like a fireman movie. I sat through that entire movie just thinking like, what is my life truly? Like, it just felt so rude to even ask me what movie that I wanted to see. And then when I say what movie I want to see, to take me to literally like the complete opposite of what that was. I just felt like really confused why he asked me what movie I wanted to see and then did it by tickets. It just felt kind of rude. You're trying to take me on a date, you got me all dressed up and excited, you asked me what I want to see, and then you do that. Like, you could have at least said something like, oh, I don't want to see that movie, or anything, not just like ignore it and then do that. So after we leave this movie, he's like, are you hungry? Do you want to get something to eat? And I was starving because we didn't get popcorn or anything like that. Like, one thing I was about to learn in very, very shortly was that he was a very cheap human. So he asked me if I wanted to get anything to eat, and I was like, sure, let's go eat somewhere. He's like, nah, I'm gonna call our mutual friend who happens to work at McDonald's, since McDonald's is closing soon, and I'm gonna ask him if there are any leftover food he can give us for free. Not joking. So he just so happened to not have any free food that day. So you would think that maybe he would take me somewhere to get me real food, since that situation didn't pan out very well. And if you thought that, you're completely wrong, because our mutual friend didn't have any food to give us for free at McDonald's. He just took me home. So he asked me what movie I wanted to see, picked out one that wasn't what I suggested, asked somebody if we could get some free food because I was hungry, and then when we couldn't get free food, just took me home and didn't get me shit. And not to mention, I forgot to say this, he didn't compliment me the entire time except to say that my boobs looked nice in my shirt. So that was a winner. So that actually reminds me of this next one, and I wouldn't consider this an actual date, but I had to throw this one in here. So there was this guy that I had been hanging out with during one of Mark and I's split ups, which, if you guys are not aware, we had split up in 2014 for a little bit. And I was hanging out with this guy, and I had already told him that I was not over Mark, and you know, we had like a couple like makeout sessions that were mutual, okay? Like, where we both mutually agreed, not agreed, but you know what I mean. It was a mutual situation. But after those, I had told him, like, you know, I'm still not over my ex, and I just want to be friends with you, right? So he had bought me tickets to go see one of my favorite bands, Phantogram, and I was so excited about this show. And the whole time we were at the show, he kept like pushing his body up against me, like from behind, like he just wanted it to be some sort of like moment between the two of us or something, and kept acting irritated at me. Like, I kept getting this vibe that he was like irritated, that I just was not vibing with that, and that wasn't something that I wanted any part of or anything to do with. So I kept trying to like enjoy the show and listen to the music, which is what I do when I go to shows, because that's the whole point of being there, is for the show. And I ended up finding out on the way home that I think, or not on the way home, but I found out like as we were literally still on the road that the venue was on, not even turned off of it yet, like still like there. Like I could have turned around and saw this building. Like I very quickly realized that this was not, like he had like ulterior motives probably the entire time we were there. Like what I think now after he did this was he thought like buying us tickets to go see my favorite band was gonna like be something that made me like him or want to be with him in that way or something. I honestly couldn't tell you because I have no idea, but this caught me off guard, and this was the last time I saw him, and I actually considered him a friend before this. We were hanging out, I enjoyed being around him, you know, he was funny, blah, blah, blah. And then he did this. And I don't know if this is something that some guys do where they're trying to like piss on a tree like a dog, like trying to claim property or something. I'm not sure if that's why they do this sometimes. But he literally reached over, as we were leaving the venue, reached over and grabbed my boob. Like unprovoked, nothing going on, nothing, literally nothing being talked about. In the moment when he did this, I was freaking out because I had posted a photo of Fantagram on my Instagram, and one of the people that was in the band, Josh, if you guys like that band, you know who I'm talking about, he liked my photo, like as we were like still in the area, and I was like, oh my God, he just liked my photo. Like I was so excited about it. And this dude had to reach over and do that to me, like as I'm excited about this whole situation and getting to see my favorite band, and ruin my entire night. Like I just had so much fun at this show, and then out of the middle of nowhere, he just like grabs me, assaults me. I can't understand that entire situation. But like I've told that more elaborately in the past, so if you guys remember that one, you know what I'm talking about. And like that just goes into the pile of the bad experiences that I've had with guys where it's like, I'll never be able to understand that situation. Like it ruined my night, and then I didn't know what to do in that moment because it caught me off guard. I had this long drive until I got home, and I didn't know how, like I didn't know in that moment how to like flip out on him. Like he was driving me home, so I couldn't exactly get out of the vehicle. Downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma in the middle of the night, like it's not necessarily the safest place in the entire world to be. So I had to drive all the way back, or ride all the way back home with him. So I like just made the decision to not say anything and kind of ignore him for the most part on the drive home. He wanted to come in my house, like literally thought I was gonna let him in my house after that situation. I told him I was tired, and then as soon as he drove away and I went inside of my house, I changed my clothes and I sent him a message on Facebook, and I told him how disrespectful that was, how much that pissed me off, and I never saw him again, because you do not treat a lady like that. That was a scummy ass bitch. It bothers me so bad now because I've seen that like he has like a kid and like a wife and shit. Assuming he must not have treated her like that before they got married, because I don't know any girl that will view herself as worth a damn that would ever marry someone that would treat them like that. And had he been treating me like that before that, I never would have went to that show with him, like ever. It's so strange to me. You guys will have to let me know if you guys have ever had experiences like this, but the amount of times in my life that I have been so clear with my intentions, like I just want to be friends with you. I do not want anything more than that. I am not over my ex. Like I don't know how much more clear you can spell something like that out. And the other person just continues to hear what they want to hear, or think, well, maybe if I do this, or maybe if I do that, or maybe if I try this, that it will make that person magically want you or something. When in reality, what it does is the opposite. Like if you're a guy and you're listening to this, do not push women like that. Like do not make a woman feel like she owes you anything. Like, for people to do shit like that, like, oh, it's so enraging. Like I have had the hardest time in my life being just friends with guys because they do crap like that. Like they just don't know how to just be friends. So even though that wasn't a date, I had to throw that in there because it was just a situation where I was like hanging out with a guy that just made me feel like an object. Like I just wanted to have fun at a show with a friend, and then that happened. It was horrible. I felt so bad about myself after that. I had to pick myself back up and be like, nah, he needs to feel bad about himself. I'm on top of the world. He ain't shit. So So the last thing was I went with this one guy to this sushi place. While I was there, he asked if he could get a photo with me. Now this is a short story. So he asked if he could take a photo with me. And I was like, sure. So he got up from his side of the table and he walks around to my table and we take the photo. He goes back in his seat and he tells me, I'm gonna send this, I shit you not, I'm not joking. I'm gonna send this to our mutual friend. He said his name, I'm not saying it on here. Because I know that he likes you and I want to make him jealous. I don't understand why guys do shit like that. Like, do not under any circumstances use a woman to make anybody jealous. Don't use anybody to make anybody jealous. I don't understand why people do that. It is completely dehumanizing the person as an individual to treat them like that. Like I will never for the life of me understand the point or purpose in hanging out with people, taking photos with them or whatever for the sole purpose of making somebody jealous. And I still to this day have no idea if that entire day of us hanging out was to make this other guy jealous. I don't know why he wanted to make him jealous. I don't know what he did to him to make him want to do that. I have no idea. So I just feel like there's some people out there, and women are like this too, that don't understand how to treat other people. All of those situations were so incredibly disrespectful on so many levels. And that's why I'm still with Mark to this day, because not one time on a date did he ever treat me like anything like that. So a lesson to all you men out there, treat a woman with respect. You will win her heart. Otherwise, fuck you. And that's the tea. And that's all I gotta say about that. So here's the present today. This is what we got. I know this was a little bit different for our wrap and chat. I've already been filming today. I'm currently doing Vlogmas. If you guys did not see Vlogmas week 1, make sure you guys go check it out. It's been really fun because I'm basically filming every single day and I'm compiling it into one video and posting it on Monday leading up until Christmas. But I'm really excited to do it. I only did Vlogmas one other time and this is the first time I've done it in years. So I'm really excited about it. So I hope that you guys will check out my other wrap and chat episodes and also make sure you guys check out my Vlogmas and especially check out my Vlogmas coming up on Monday because you guys will get to see Mark unwrap this present and it's really cool. I think he's really gonna like it and I think that if you guys are fans of this thing, I don't want to say what it is, but if you guys are fans of this particular thing that's in here, you'll probably know where it's from and you will freak out. So stay tuned for Monday's video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and also please tell me your awful dating story times down below. So thank you guys so much. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already and I will see you guys on Monday for Vlogmas week 2.